Hello, and welcome to Roll for Bowl, the game where we let statistical probabilities decide my lunch. It is episode 62. As always, we are inspired by Adventures in Ardia, and I have a new drag queen scene for you. This is from Queens on a Quest, one of my favorite Dimension 20 series. We have Galir dressed as Twyla, Jujubee's character. We have the Hulk dressed as Princess, Alaska's character. We have the history professor dressed as Troyanne, Monet's character. And my favorite, we have my zombie alpaca dressed as Gertrude, Bob's character, for no other reason than I can say, a llama? He's supposed to be dead. And we have my broccoli stuffy, who is now Brock Lee Mulligan. You see what I did there with the earrings and the cosplay? And they are playing on a map with my banana dogs and mushrooms as figurines. All right, let's roll. And here are our dice for today. They're a kind of hazy lavender that I think can be enjoyed by all people, no matter their sexuality or creed or background. That's all I have to say about that. Let's play. As I say, the only way to begin is beginning, so the first thing we're going to do is roll for our soup base. And we have a 1. That is spinach tomato. Galir! Wow, you look very pretty today as a fairy. Can you tell me what we're doing with the Nat 1?
When I go to sleep at night, I dream of a world where I might be able to walk through a field without stepping on a rake or gopher hole.
Big goals, man. Big goals, big mood. And here's our spinach soup. Despite being a Nat 1, it really is a nice soup. It is just this side of mashed potatoes with some spinach mixed in for health reasons. So let's see what we're going to pair with it. Now we're going to roll for fat, because there's nothing wrong with that. And that is a 5, dairy-free feta. This is the third time I've had this particular combination, and the other 2 times it hasn't turned out well, but there's no reason that feta and potato spinach soup should not go well together. So we're just going to remember that right now. Now we're going to power up with some protein, and today that is a 7, meatballs. Ta-da! I'm actually really excited about that. These are the meatballs I have. They're from Butcher Box, and they are milk-free and gluten-free, and that's super hard to find. You wouldn't think it would be, but it is, and they're tasty. Very excited. And here are the meatballs. I quartered them up just because they're quite big, but this is very Mediterranean. Like the spinach and the feta is Greek. The meatballs make you think of Italy. I feel like we're in a good zone right now, so fingers crossed. Now it's time to get wild and see what the dice have in store, and that is 17. That is Mrs. Dash Southwest Seasoning. Okay. This is Mrs. Dash Southwest Chipotle. It's a good seasoning. I don't know how Mediterranean it is, but we'll see. Okay, so we're just going to shake this on here. So this is from the Southwest United States, and the Mediterranean is the south of Western Europe. So there's that. All right, now let's get funky, let's get fresh, and hope for the best. 7, oregano. Okay. Okay, we can work with this. So here's my oregano. I grew it in my little garden, and I'm really happy to be using things I'm growing in my own house in this series. I can't even tell you how happy that makes me. This oregano should be a really nice addition. Not only is it with the Mediterranean theme of most of the ingredients, the feta, the meatballs, and the creamy potato spinach soup are all very rich. So this should add a little brightness, a little freshness to that palette. All right, it's time to roll for some crunchy, because we're all crunchy sometimes, and pray for the best. Okay, that is honey cinnamon thins. All right, well, I'm not sure what this bowl of soup needs, but I'm pretty sure it's not honey cinnamon graham crackers. I could be wrong. All right, so here are our graham cracker-esque cookies. We're going to give it a very nervous Hulk smash here. try and get it broken up and see how it turns out. Hi guys. Alright, I'm nervous. So here's the soup. We got our graham crackers, our meatballs, oregano, feta cheese, spinach soup, and Southwest seasoning. Let's see how that all blends together. So here we go. We got a big bite. I don't know if you can see it, but there's oregano hanging on the bottom of that. You know, it's not bad. It's very rich, I will say that. The meatballs are really good and juicy. The feta comes through. The spinach blends well. The one thing I don't like is the graham crackers, because it's just so rich. And then the Southwest seasoning makes it a little smoky, a little spicy, but it's rich, and then that sweetness on top of it just is off-putting. I think it needed something maybe a little acidic or a little bitter, or maybe even just bland as a crunchy item, just a regular cracker just to help absorb some of the richness. But I mean, I'm not complaining. It's kind of like a very good bowl of soup with one odd element. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Well, that was not unpleasant to eat. It was actually almost a 10. So we're just gonna call it almost paradise and give it an 8 out of 10. Can't complain too much. So that is all I got, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I love you.